Hello, this is Sharmini Aspin from Grand Canyon University, course CYP 610. In this lab today, I'll be walking you the use of three automated vulnerability scanner, Nikto, uh, WhatsApp Jab, and Nexus to enumerate and analyze vulnerabilities across two intentional vulnerable virtual machine, Geoptrix and mm, Meta, Metasploit. Linux served as my attacker platform. The overall goal is to identify weakness, hypotheses, root causes, and related these findings to real-world vulnerability disclosure practice. My innovation began with an Nmap scan, which identified multiple live systems on the internal subnet. I scanned to reveal the open services such as SSH, HTTP, SMB, and HTTPS, confirming that the target was running multiple network services and making it suitable for deeper scanning. The assessment used mainly three code tools: Nmap Scan, Nikto Scanner, and WhatsApp Jab. Together, these tools provide a quick overview of both server-side and application layers weakness. Nikto identified several high-risk issues during the scan, including an outdated Apache version, which is 2.0.52 on port 80, um, an enabled trace method, and multiple missing security headers. Each of these findings presents a significant weakness in the server's configuration and directly increases the attack surface. Outdated components such as Apache OpenSSL are well-documented sources of vulnerabilities, often associated with remote code execution, privilege escalation, and protocol downgrade attacks. The enable trace method further exposes the server to cross-site tracing, a lesser known but dangerous technique that can be used to steal authentication token. These vulnerabilities open the door to remote code execution, such as XS attack and other exploration paths. The result clearly shows that the Geoptrix web server was never hardened or patched. WhatsApp Jab extends the assessment beyond server configurations and into web application behavior. After installing Jab, I configured it as a proxy and performed both active and passive scan. Jab is especially useful for detecting issues like missing headers, CSARF, and XSS, giving a deeper insight into application layers weakness. Comparing the tools, Nikto focuses on server-side misconfigurations and outdated components, while Jab identifies application layers flaws such as insecure inputs and session weakness. Using both tools together provide full stack visibility and align with the best practice for comprehensive vulnerability assessment. I also summarize mm, CSRF and XSS Nothing that CSRF focuses unintended user actions, while XSS injects malicious scripts into web pages. Both can be mitigated with a secure token sanitization and proper security headers. To extend the analysis beyond the application layers, I use Nessus Essentials to identify deeper operating system and network level risks. Nessus detected vulnerabilities on the Kiotrix host, many tied to outdated Apache and OpenSSS components, real-world parallel including CVE 2023 25690 and Apache remote code execution flow. Um, uh, Also CVE 2016 and Open SSH key disclosure vulnerability. These examples demonstrate how legacy systems become high value targets when updated and secure configurations are neglected. The top vulnerabilities included outdated services, weak SSL protocols, Suite 32 cryptographic weakness, and self-signed certificates. Recommended mitigation including upgrading all services, enforcing TLS 1.2 or higher, removing weak chippers, enabling SMB signing, and disabling trace. These steps align with CIB benchmarks and NIST 853 controls. The likely root cause of these issues is a reliance on a legacy Apache and OpenSSH stack with insecure defaults and missing patches, creating an environmental ideal for exploration. In analyzing the system, I determined that the primary root cause of the vulnerability was the reliance on a legacy Apache or OpenSSH stack configured with insecure defaults and missing critical patches, which persisted due to outdated Red Hat configurations and limited system maintenance. This outdated environment created ideal con- uh, conditions for exploitation, allowing attackers to chain multiple weaknesses into a full system compromise. The attack vector identified through the Nessus finds including outdated Apache components that could lead to remote code execution, weak SSL protocols, and that enable downgrades attackers. Uh, directory information reveals by JAP and missing security headers that expose the system to XSS and clickjacking risk. This vector demonstrates how an attacker can escalate from simple reconnaissance to a complete system takeover. From an ethical standpoint, responsible vulnerability uh, disclose ensure that vendors are notified that and given adequate time to patch issues before public release, align with legal and industry standard such as ISO or IEC um, 29147 or 30111. This approach balances transparency with safety and significantly reduce the likelihood of real-world exploitation. Thank you.